Welcome. In this tutorial, we're going to talk about masking. So the first thing that I did is I went to the background, I chose the gradient tool, and I chose the color by clicking on this little down arrow here, and I just chose a gradient. I'm going to click here. And then I started from the top, click, hold, and click to the bottom. I just wanted to see a different color other than white. Okay. Now let's talk about masking. So we have this number 0, as we can see here. Turn off the visibility of it. Okay. It's a smart object, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to rasterize the layer. So I'm going to right click, I'm going to choose rasterize layer, which gets rid of the smart object and it becomes a regular layer. I'm going to add a mask. You don't have to do this, but there's a reason why I'm doing it. But the first thing is we're going to add this mask from this icon right here. And that just adds a mask. Now, there's a saying, white reveals, black conceals. White reveals, black conceals. A layer mask you can only paint with 3 colors, black, white, or a shade of gray. That's it. Very easy to know. Now we're going to paint with one of the colors. Well, if we paint with white, it's already white, so we don't have to worry about that. And it's showing, let me turn off all these other ones real quick. It's showing the 0. Okay, so we're going to come over here to this little chiclet, these little 2 chiclets. This is the foreground color. This is the background color. If I press the letter D, this is the default white foreground, black background. You see how it did that? If I press X on my keyboard, it'll switch the colors. I can also click this little chiclet here, and that'll set to default white foreground, black background. I can also reverse it by clicking the double arrows. But a shortcut that you must know is D for default colors and X to switch those 2 colors, because they're very useful with the mask, and you don't want to go back over here and click back and forth. Now that we have black and we know that it conceals, let's select the brush tool. We're going to paint on the mask, which the border is around, with black and see what happens to the 0. Now I'm not being really nice about it, doing it kind of messy, but now the 0 is gone. If we look at our mask, the black conceals the 0, allowing the transparency to go through and look at the background. Okay, the white reveals. Well, there's nothing here on the layer to reveal, so there's nothing there. Now let's do something a little different here. Let's click on the layer thumbnail. Let's select some really gaudy color of green. Let me select here a nice little, oh come on, there we go. Okay, there you go, some ugly color. Now we're on the thumbnail, we're not on the mask, and we're going to paint. Okay, we're just going to move the cursor back and forth. And you see how we're painting on the layer? And we have a mask. The white reveals, so it's revealing this paint on this layer, but it's hiding the 0. Now what's unique about the mask is if I click on the mask and I press Control I to invert it, look at that. Now the 0 is shown and those paint marks are gone. Remember, black conceals the paint marks on this layer, allowing you to see underneath, but it does reveal the 0. Okay, in the next lesson we're going to talk more about masking.